Hi Glenn from Build Smoke here on site at 7 Como Street, just up on the roof having a look at a couple of chimneys. So we've got this chimney on the right hand side. This is the entrance as you walk up towards the path. Around this chimney, it's just leaking internally around here somewhere. And then we've got the other chimneys leaking a little bit as well. I'll add that into part of the video at the end. There's a few areas where water could be potentially tracking in. So you've got the odd nail fixing like that that's popped. A modern roof would have Tex screws which would screw down into the purlin, screw nice and tight and pull any laps in the iron or any flashings down hard and tight, so water can work its way down the shaft and then soak down small amounts and then end up coming back under the iron and then dripping down inside the roof space. And then there's some flashings. It's really hard to tell, there's really no obvious area. There's a flashing right behind the chimney here. There is an area here where those two flashings join. Might be a little bit hard to see, but right on this junction where those two flashings join. Right there. Potentially water could work its way in there. Anyway, only way to definitively work it out is take off this sheet of iron, slide it out from underneath this flashing, take these 3 or 4 fixings out, then maybe look to replace the flashings around here. Probably when we take that sheet off, you'll see inside the roof space signs of water staining and where water's actually leaking to get in. Well, some of the silicon is starting to perish there between the flashing and the chimney itself. Silicon can perish over time. Little gaps like that as well. The silicon's starting to pull away a little bit from the chimney. Water can track down the masonry and then track in those small holes. If we're doing chimney flashings, normally we'll chase into the brickwork, so the flashing comes up and then returns back into that little chase, and then we'd silicon that chase. These are obviously reasonably old and in fine condition, but like I said, that silicon may just be perishing in a few areas where water perhaps once wasn't tracking, now is, and certainly that junction down there I mentioned. But like I say, to replace those flashings around it, got to get the sheet of iron off, at least this one here anyway, and possibly one either side of the chimney. See the scaffold and mobile scaffold up down the bottom there, just for access and prevent anyone from falling off this part of the roof that they're working in. And then you change it around to the other side to do something similar on this side. So this side you've got, once again, lifting fixings. So you see that lap in the iron's not down tight, so you could get sort of southerly driving rain at this flashing that gets blown up and over that in certain conditions, and then over the lap underneath that, and then can roll down the roof and then drip down into the ceiling. Once again, you take that that piece of iron off there, and then review the flashings around the chimney as well. There's a pot rivet there. Potentially water could be tracking in through there somewhere. Yeah, once again, on this side of the roof, there's no real obvious area either. Unfortunately, leaks like this can just be a matter of process of kind of elimination. But once again, you get that sheet of iron off there again. Hopefully, you see some signs of water staining on the bats that'll be sitting underneath the iron, and that'll help you lead you to potentially where the water's getting in. And the other option is whether it's getting in through the actual, it's on top of the chimney. We'll get our roof to have a good look inside the roof space when he's here anyway, seeing signs of water damage. Might be a good idea to try and line this work up after we get the next lot of reasonable rain. Be a little bit of moisture still inside the roof, and it should be reasonably easy to track exactly where it's coming from to then set up the repair. I'll just probably work around the rest of the roof. Guys have to work off a harness, a fixed anchor point, but just to have a look and see if there's any more pop screws, like there's another one here I found, one there. There's another few around as well. So there's more modern Tex screws over here, I notice. So that's a modern Tex screw like that. It screws down into the timber work and pulls that lap nice and tight, so there's no gap there at all between those two laps for water to drive under. That sheet's obviously been replaced at some stage. And then just on the back roof now, there's a bit of lichen and moss and mould starting to grow. Matt from Paint Smart's already mentioned it needs a bit of a treatment. So just to spray with wet and forget, and then a bit of a light water blast, and it'll come off after a few months. Just need to probably check what that wet and forget's like for spraying on butanol. sure it's probably fine, but potentially worth looking at. There are a couple of laps in the butanol that might be worth resealing. Looking to rejoin or join over them, just to avoid any issues, particularly this one. I won't lift it anymore, but that one there. Other than that, it looks to be in fine condition. But that one there probably gets quite a lot of water flow directly out of here, kind of pointing straight at that join, which will come through here somewhere, so you certainly don't want that one deteriorating any further. Roof pitch there is about 19 degrees, so we could set up a mobile scaffold along here with a couple of braces, just for protection when we're doing the flashings around the chimney, and then swap it over to the other side. Any nail replacement or fixing replacements, we just have to do off a harness and anchor points on the rest of the roof.